Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. Today is April 7th, 2025. And what a great way to start off the week. It's a fourth line day, and fourth lines are always about kindness or meanness. It's about, your network. You might get some calls from people in your network, some unexpected um, correspondence or something of that nature. And speaking of, go ahead. We have a long one today because I actually got two cards for my White Light Oracle deck. So it's going to be a long one. So please give a like, a comment, a subscribe, share with your friends to get me out there to people who need to hear this message. And so today you can see that there is a bit of a change because we do not have our channel of transitoriness. We just have a little bit of crisis. That's all. Just a little bit of crisis here in our environment. Mercury, Venus, Saturn, just a little bit of crisis. The darkening of the light. And so we might have a little trouble getting to that other side of progress without a little bit of collaboration. But please remember that the crisis doesn't have to be all bad. It does create a change, a transformation, right? Especially if you're following your rules and you don't get as punished as much by the Saturn. You're speaking about your crisis and the transformation that it can bring, right? This is what you value, right? But we are in an energy of shock, of initiation, because the sun is here in the channel of initiation, a design of needing to be first. So we're getting hit by the radiating neutrinos on the fourth line theme of limitation, where the frequency is anywhere from the warrior ego that will find some way to answer the challenge, to the superficial ego that lacks the resources and depth to answer challenges. Remember, these people like to be first. That's what we're probably going to see a lot of today. And that's being grounded in this energy of coming out of the spleen here, the gentle, the extraordinary power of clarity. Fourth line energy theme of the director, with its frequency of the possible intuitive clarity to master relationships, all the way through to, with the gift of clarity to master relationships, the possibility of being intuitively dictatorial. Well, that should be very interesting. I'm so curious about what kinds of interactions and experiences we'll be having with this energy today and throughout the rest of the week as we are expressing this outward. And so today, what have we in our book of changes? We had a few changing lines today. I don't think I've ever had this many changing lines. But we got, come on, let's go. There you go. Hexagram 32, which is duration. Changing line here at the first, the second, and the sixth. So it's going to be a lot of information today. So let's take a look here. The strong trigram Chen is above, the weak trigram Sun below. This hexagram is the inverse of the preceding one. In the latter, we have influence. Here we have union as an enduring condition. The two images are thunder and wind, which are likewise constantly paired phenomena. The lower trigram indicates gentleness within, the upper, movement without. In the sphere of social relationships, the hexagram represents the institution of marriage as the enduring union of the sexes. During the courtship, the young man subordinates himself to the girl, but in marriage, which is represented by the coming together of the eldest son and the eldest daughter, the husband is the directing and moving force outside, while the wife inside is gentle and submissive. The judgment, duration, success, no blame, perseverance furthers. It furthers one to have somewhere to go. Duration is a state whose movement is not worn down by hindrances. It is not a state of rest, for mere standstill is regression. Duration is rather the self contained and therefore self renewing movement of an organized, firmly integrated whole, taking place in accordance with immutable laws and beginning anew at every ending. The end is reached by an inward movement, by inhalation, systole, contraction, and this movement turns into a new beginning, in which the movement is directed outward. In exhalation, diastole, expansion. Heavenly bodies exemplify duration. They move in their fixed orbits, and because of this, their light giving power endures. The seasons of the year follow a fixed law of change and transformation, hence can produce effects that endure. So, likewise, the dedicated man embodies an enduring meaning in his way of life, and thereby the world is formed. In that which gives things their duration, we can come to understand the nature of all beings in heaven and on earth. The image. Thunder and wind in the image of duration. Thus the superior man stands firm. Thunder rolls and the wind blows. Both are examples of extreme mobility, and so are seemingly the very opposite of duration. But the laws governing their appearance and subsidence, their coming and going, endure. In the same way, the independence of the superior man is not based on rigidity and immobility of character. He always keeps abreast of the time and changes with it. What endures is the unswerving directive, the inner law of his being, which determines all his actions. So the line 6 at the beginning means seeking duration too hastily brings misfortune persistently, nothing that would further. Whatever endures can be created only gradually by long continued work and careful reflection. In the same sense, Lao Tzu says, if we wish to compress something, we must first let it fully expand. He who demands too much at once is acting precipitously, and because he attempts too much, he ends by succeeding in nothing. 9 in the second place means remorse disappears. The situation is abnormal. A man's force of character is greater than the available material power. Thus, he might be afraid of allowing himself to attempt something beyond his strength. However, since it is the time of duration, it is possible for him to control his inner strength, and so to avoid excess. Cause for remorse then disappears. And finally, 6 at the top means restlessness is as an enduring condition brings misfortune. There are people who live in a state of perpetual hurry without ever attaining inner composure. Restlessness not only prevents all thoroughness, but actually becomes a danger if it is dominant in places of authority. Ooh, very interesting. 32. Duration. And so let's take a look at this white light oracle stuff. I got 2 cards today. So maybe they will both pertain, maybe only one will pertain. Or I guess maybe none. Like the first one I got was this one, Queen of the Nagas. And those are snakes. Like Nagini in Harry Potter. Yeah? Anyone remember that? You're having problems with that? Okay, a sacred task exists for you to fulfill. It is to be found through connection to your heart. Be open only to those most authentic teachings, which prove helpful to your continued spiritual progress and personal freedom. Cleansing your body, mind, heart, and soul will be of particular benefit at this time. Powerful, subtle energies are helping ensure your success. Believe that many positive synchronicities and unexpected allies will rally to support you. The mysterious beings known as Nagas are recognized in spiritual traditions across India, Nepal, and Tibet, as well as in other shamanic and cultural traditions. Nagas are connected to water and are extremely sensitive to pollutions and poisons of all kinds. They become disturbed when waters are polluted. Since our bodies are composed of more water than anything else, when the waters of our planet are disturbed, so too are we. We can make gentle offerings to the waters of our planet and help heal them through our choices. As we do our part to honor and heal the waters, we help ourselves and the Nagas, who in turn assist humans to further heal and evolve spiritually. Certain Nagas, including the Naga Queen, are emanations of enlightened higher beings. The Eastern goddess of compassion, Kuan Yin, is said to assume the form of a benevolent Naga to help beings in need of her protection. Enlightened Naga beings are very helpful to humans, protecting secret wisdoms and offering powerful teachings to those who are wise and committed enough to use them for the greater good. The Naga Queen helps such practitioners overcome the numerous poisons that abound in our world, find deep emotional healing, and make significant spiritual progress. I think poisons could be a metaphor for all kinds of things that could be toxic to our health, mind, body, heart, and soul. The Queen of the Nagas brings two messages. The first is that as you maintain your integrity and take your emotional healing journey, you are placing yourself within a powerful field of spiritual protection. Continue to tend to your inner healing and ask for spiritual protection each day from the higher beings you love. Ooh, yes, because we are in some turbulent times the next couple of years, from what I understand of astrology. As you continue with such practices, a palpable field of positive energy accumulates around you, minimizing negative influences. On off days, this field buffers you from your own mind or factors outside of your control, such as astrological influences or other people's ego driven actions. Mm. If some negativity does enter your world, its severity is minimized, and you will recover from the disturbances more swiftly. You can honor this guidance through the spiritual protection exercise below. The second message of this oracle is that something of great value is at work in your world. Spirit works with tremendous subtlety, even when it is accomplishing a masterful stroke of luminous inspiration and powerful grace. You may not be fully aware of the divine protection being granted, or of a negativity that was averted, yet you are being held in grace nonetheless. If you are struggling with some matter, know that spiritual protection has prevented the situation from escalating and shall ensure that the situation is corrected and resolved. The divine can assume whatever form will benefit the spiritual seeker to ensure their continued progress, facilitating the right things at the right time. There is no need to impose a limit on the limitless resourcefulness and creative generosity of the divine at play in your affairs. All you need to do is invite it in and trust. Here's your healing process. You may like to pour yourself a glass of water, bless it with love from your heart, with gratitude and peaceful thoughts, and then drink it as a sacred libation. You may never consider a glass of water to be ordinary again. You can then say this prayer out loud. May all waters be cleansed and protected and blessed for the greatest good. I am open to the unconditionally generous compassion and wisdom that protects and guides all true paths. May the positive presence of light be awakened within me. May I be surrounded by divine protection and spiritual grace. May I effortlessly attract all that is needed for my highest good for the spiritual benefit of all beings. You can then bow your head with your hands in prayer, sensing that your own heart has become radiant with spiritual grace and the white light that is shining through all dimensions for the benefit of all beings. You may also sense other beings of light around you, radiating their love to lift the vibration in all dimensions, so the pathway to healing and enlightenment opens for all. When you are ready, ground yourself in the here and now to complete your healing process. You can safely do this practice on a daily basis. So, Queen of the Nagas, wise, wonderful teaching today. And so let's check out the second card that I got. Spirit of the Bear of 396 Hertz. I love this artwork. And so what are you teaching us today? You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. The frequency of 396 Hertz is deeply nurturing and protective. It is the heart of frequency of the universal mother, protecting her young, deflecting negativity, and refusing to overly condition the youthful mind. She looks out for them and provides warnings lest they wander too far from their authentic path. But she also encourages the child to learn who they are, to courageously explore their world, and to enjoy their freedom. Irrespective of our personal experience with our biological mother, the divine mother energy in the soul is loving, protective, available, and kind. This inner mother love enables us to develop our own sense of personal value, belonging, and home. In connection with the inner divine mother, we feel loved, wanted, and held. We know ourselves well enough to understand what we need, and we value ourselves enough to live in such a way that our needs are met. We recognize that we matter, not more than any other, but enough to feel self-love and self-respect. We can connect to our authentic path because we feel worthy of it. This nurturing frequency heals the heart and softens the walls which keep love out due to past abandonment and betrayal. When we are more open to life, the path to fruition becomes more accessible and direct. When we connect with our authentic path, we can access the abundance of spiritual support available to us and make the most spiritual progress. The guidance may arise as a no or a not right now, or as a yes and go for it. When we are in the heart, we will clearly sense such guidance and take comfort in it, rather than fight against it. As we let go of our defense systems, disabling fear and guilt from running out our lives, and instead deal with them as occasional interlopers that need to be cleared and healed, we stop fearing we will never have what we genuinely want and need. we realize we are loved, know how to love, and are naturally, innately beings of love. The frequency helps the body to ground. It helps the mind settle into the body rather than constantly flitting from one possibility to the next, creating excitement, but also an excess of nervous energy. It helps the mind and body play nicely with each other, supporting each other rather than opposing each other. Then your mind won't be constantly haranguing your body, leaving it feeling bad about itself, tired or unhappy or even angry and rebellious. And these and other ways, the 396 hertz frequency helps reconcile the push pull of competing interests, integrating awareness in the heart and providing a clear pathway to a transcendent resolution where all is working for the one higher purpose. The frequency harmonizes beautifully with the spiritual medicine of the bear soul totem. It encourages our natural ability to find the sweetness in life necessary to sustain hope and heal our hearts. Spirit Bear connects us to the restorative power of hibernation, that deep rest of body and mind. If you are highly strung and, like many modern people, find it hard to consciously relax your body and mind through spiritual practices, Spirit Bear brings the comfort and encouragement to allow your mind to rest within the body. It is as if the mind were in a cave for renewal, safe from the predators and external forces, undisturbed and able to rest. This oracle urges you to go within, where there is a tremendous healing force awakening. Give it the time and space it needs to do its best work for you. Healing process. Find a place to lie down comfortably on your back, with your arms and legs slightly apart and your head slightly elevated so your neck is comfortable. If you tend to cool down as you relax, as many people do, cover yourself with appropriate layers. If you have a health condition which prevents you from lying down, seat yourself comfortably and say this prayer. I invoke the healing frequency of unconditional love and wisdom of the Divine Mother. May my body, mind, and soul be sheltered in a sanctuary of protective grace to fully relax and deeply heal. Now it is time for you to relax. You can play sacred music or simply listen to your own breath flowing in and out. If the room can be darkened, this can promote restfulness too. If you are tired, you will likely fall asleep rather than simply rest. That is okay. Gently ease your muscles into a state of relaxation, allowing them to become heavy and settled. Allow your awareness to continue to drift within until your mind begins to let go. Your mind may like to rest within your body or on your breath or to float away in reverie. Rest for as long as you choose. Emerging from hibernation can take some time and adjustment. Move slowly if need be. Ground, nourish, and hydrate your body. You've completed your healing process. If you ever do these healing processes and prayers, I'd love to hear about your experience. And if you would ever like for me to do a card pull or throw the coins for you, that is a service that I offer. Open-ended questions are good. And I did get a card from my manifestation deck. So we'll read that real quick and then we'll call it a day. This card came to me twice. I didn't believe it the first time. But then it came around again. So I guess this is the card. New Moon in Cancer says, relax. I guess it's very appropriate for the theme of the cards today. Rest and relax and allow yourself to be. This card holds divine feminine energy, and drawing it strongly suggests that goddess energy is on your side. Relax. You and your loved ones are being looked after. Whatever your heart holds dearest is safe and well. This may not be the time to charge at what you want, so think about whether you can approach it from another angle. If someone in your life needs you, nurture them. Nurture and be gentle with yourself too. Your diet may need improving for your own well being. I feel like there's so many ties between hexagram 32 and the cards that we pulled from the White Light Oracle in this card, telling you to relax and to be receptive, you know, yeah, that things are working out some kind of way. And you don't need to face it head on. Manifesting focus. This card is a good omen for family issues, house moves, sales and or purchases, or someone or something that need protection. Oh, please, I would love to move from this place into my dream home. Spend time with people you love and who love you. Develop a thicker skin. Cherish what you have, and you'll have more to cherish. Manifesting tips for connecting with nurturing energy. Call in Archangel Gabriel, who can help you to nurture your own inner child. Draw down the energy of the moon and call in the goddess Selene. Find photos of you with family or the people you love and place them on your altar if you have one. Light a candle, a silver one would be perfect, and bless your family and friends. Your manifestation affirmation. When I nurture myself, life nurtures me back. When to manifest your magic. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Cancer on a Monday, the moon's day, which is today, or during Cancer's hour. The new moon in Cancer takes place when the sun and the moon are on the same degree in Cancer, and knows that good nurturing breeds better manifesting. So, just a little quick little thing. Good for today. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed today's reading. Come back next time. I can't say tomorrow. Sometimes the energy isn't there for it. But come back next time. And again, please, if you enjoyed this, if you found value here, please go ahead and like and subscribe and share with your friends who you think this message would be of value to them. And check out my website when it's up. I do offer all kinds of different types of readings. I am a human design professional. So if you're interested in human design, in fact, I am hosting a introductory talk, an introduction to human design talk here in the Sacramento area. And I would love for you to join in. It's coming up next month. And so if that's something that you're interested in, email me, message me in the comments, and I will get back to you with that information. As always, love yourself.